As we progress on our journey to become a better version of ourselves, it can be really tricky to find peace, solitude, and the overall ability to think clearly about the future and be positive. For example, when you're looking at yourself in the mirror, do you see the flaws in your face or do you look at yourself with gratitude? For myself lately, I've been fluctuating in between the two because I've been feeling pretty positive about some things about myself, but in some periods I've felt a little bit anxious, a little bit negative. Today I'm starting school a little bit later than usual, so I'm recording this just before school. And this morning, I don't really know, but I just haven't felt that like drive to record, to put my mission out there. And I think it was because I watched the YouTube analytics and I saw that it wasn't really anything spectacular or whatever you want to call it. But the important part of us trying to progress and become a better version of ourselves is putting our message out there and putting in the work, but making the inputs that's gonna progress, that's gonna make us progress to something greater. That's something that we strive for. For example, right now I strive to become a better individual in many aspects of my life, my physical life. I've built a pretty great physique that I'm really proud over. I feel like I'm progressing in my ability to articulate my thoughts and my ability to send out this message. But also, in the same way, I don't want to portray a false version of this because there will be plenty of ups and downs, and the more we can embrace these ups and downs and tune our actions, tune our thoughts into the person that can actually be able to be okay with not having everything figured out, to be okay with not feeling that like at peace at the moment, but still going out there and trying to show up at least because in the days where you don't really feel like doing something, it's not a matter of like the volume, but that you actually show up. It's a pretty cliche message that I might be putting out here, but I just wanted you to know that the more we can realize that our ability to withstand the hardship, to withstand the tougher times that life can bring us, that's really what's going to dictate us making the faster progress or feeling better because I believe that when we detach away from like the external results, the motivation, but we embrace our heart, we try to just like play with the things that we're doing on a regular basis. That's when we're gonna see the massive amount of progress. And so I just wanted to give you that reminder. And if we put this into very, very tangible, realistic advice, this is how I would do it. I would start by asking myself, like, what type of thing do I deem as purposeful? Do I deem as important for me? For example, it can be as simple as you just like, okay, I want to improve my mental health or whatever. And funny enough, I actually have a free community for anyone who wanna join that. Also, you can subscribe if you want to, but I don't really care. But the more we can progress towards a desired reality, the better it will become. And as I said earlier about the tangible parts of it, how you make this tangible, it's quite simple. You sit down and you just do a small portion of the work and try to just like ask yourself, what's missing right now? What's the reason for why I'm not motivated? Try to cultivate this awareness of your current environment. And even if you decide to like procrastinate or whatever, like I've done so many times, but I'm starting to get a little bit more of a hang of this the more time progresses because I feel like can create that awareness. How we can do that is it's freaking simple. You just have to let time play its role and you have the awareness. Be okay to not like, I'm not saying to become complacent, but be okay to not really like be hyper productive even in those days where you don't really feel that great. Do the like bare minimum, but try not to like force yourself too much because then you will just kill your love for the game. This is how this is why I believe I've been such like a victim to falling into ruts at certain times in my life because I've just lost all of the passion for the game. And once you do, it's kind of hard to bounce back if you set so high expectations of yourself that you're basically not going to like feel great until you've completed the work. But now if you can just like stay present, stay grounded, try to regulate like your nervous system and all of these things, that's when we can begin to look at ourselves with a bit more peace and clarity. And what I mean by the present moment is that just feel your feet, feel how you sit, just observe things. Like if you light a candle, I actually did this a couple days ago. I was actually having a bath and I was just observing the candle that was standing right beside me. And it was like I had never looked at it that way. And the reason that I cultivated that awareness and that presence was because I read a book about presence and awareness. So this can be your little reminder to just observe like the leaves of this like thing behind me or just my microphone or whatever it might be. Start to observe and feel the gratitude for the things that you have. And it can be really difficult, but as long as you can try to stay semi-grounded, even when you feel a bit anxious, even when you don't really feel that like fired up to do the work. But I still think, in general terms, I just think that we've got to have the ability to push forward, to propel, but still not force ourselves so much that it kills the love of the game. Sometimes you will have to take a step back to take 2 steps forward. This is today's message. If you want me to do like a daily series where I just like articulate my thoughts, because I didn't have a script for this one, I didn't really have any of that. You can just comment something like something random, like comment the word microphone if you've watched it all the way and want more of like a daily series or something like that, where I just articulate my thoughts and sit down and document my journey towards becoming a better self and building myself. Yeah, this is really all I had to say for today. Keep going, keep striving. If you want to join my free community, feel free to do that. But yeah, this is all I had to say for today. Goodbye.